morning, everybody. I'm super excited to be here once again today, and it's just a chat with Bumi Alabi, and I have my amazing sisters here who are joining me again. You're welcome.
Thank you very much.
Good morning, Mama. Yeti Mama, I've missed you a lot. I've missed you, so I'm glad to have you.
Yeah, same here. It's so good to be
back
here.
Fully back.
Back
fully
and
back,
better.
back and better. Yes, that's the best. I love to see that vibe in you. You know, when you say, "Oh, I want to be off for some time," yes, I respect that value. You know, because a lot of times we forget about that self-care time, you know, taking time for yourself, as in just stay away from some things, from some activities. It's always important. In fact, as mothers, or what do you feel? You know, just have a time out for yourself.
Yes, it is very, very important.
Sometimes I told my husband that sometimes I just feel like just traveling and going on vacation without
exactly.
you. That's just me alone. I mean, what do you feel about it? And one of our daddies was like, no, daddies must go with you. I said, I beg, please leave that. Oh, please, I want to have a me. So when you now raise that topic, that it's good to have a me time once in a while as a mother, because you know we go through a lot of things, mental stress. You know, fine, daddies to go through it, but you know maybe they don't even give themselves that time. But it's always good as individuals to have that me time. Really. So let me even chip in that. How was your me time? The time you took out, you identify that okay, you wearing no. It's good not to be okay. So don't feel bad that you're wearing okay. It's good. That's what my boss used to say. It's good not to be okay. If they ask you that, okay, how are you doing? I say I'm fine. I am not okay. I think I'm sad. I'm not happy. I'm depressed. I think I need a time to express yourself. So how has it been?
Yes,
like for a few days that you were away.
It's been great and wonderful.
Okay.
So I had to take that time off because I knew that I like to function at my best. You know, I'm that person. If I'm not comfortable here, I don't want to be there. Yeah. So I'm here because I'm comfortable. So I feel like if I'm not being true to myself and my feelings and my mental health, I'm not just going to be. I hate to fake things. Yeah. So I just always like to be true to myself. That was why I felt, okay, I needed that time off to get back my mental health and perform at my best. And if you see me here, I am definitely at my best.
So we look forward to seeing that best part of you. Yeah. And Mama, good to have you here. What did you say I should even call you? You said I should call you one. I shouldn't be calling you Mrs. Ibiroma because it makes you look mommy-ish. But I know once you are here with us, so what do you want me to call you?
Auntie Vicky.
Auntie Vicky. She's Auntie Vicky. Yes. Auntie Vicky in the building. You're welcome. Thank you for coming around. I really appreciate you.
Thank you for
always being supportive. You know, for always dishing out that knowledge, that wisdom, that experience. You don't keep things, don't hide things from us, and you help us to learn from you. And I believe that at every opportunity you have, you always love to give your best to people. And I hope people that are coming behind you, like me, I used to learn from you, and I hope people that are coming behind are learning a lot from you. Yes, it's always good. You know, we try to shy away from things. We shy away. We always hide as if okay, we've been okay, that we've been growing up as a better person, as a perfect person. You know, we never want to share that other side of us. That I used to be bad. I used to have some issues, so I used to have some challenges, but I worked myself into becoming a better person. You know, I'm still a work in progress, so don't see me as if I've gotten everything wrong. You understand?
So we actually help you.
Yeah, it's help you
to be a better person.
To be a better person. Once you identify that yes, I still have some things
and I need to work
in it as a parent. Yeah, it's very good. So you're welcome once again. Let's just go straight to the topic of discussion. Like somebody said, why are we just talking about children that we should talk about maybe some other things like mothers and maybe other aspect of the family. I said, okay, you know, this program is basically for a family structure, family setting. And, you know, I believe for every individual in this society, you know, it starts from the family and it starts from the kind of child we are raising. You understand? So that's why I said, let's start from the base. Okay, how do we raise our children? How do we raise better adults? You know, and it starts from raising a better child. You know, so that's why we started from how do we parent a child in this 21st century. And we've been doing that for a couple of weeks now. This is the 5th week. We've been talking about that, and I believe I've been hearing a lot of testimony. In case you don't know, people are really watching this.
Wow.
Yes, I'm super excited for people. That's why I always say, please leave your comments and let's know how this has really impacted you. You know, when I hear people might not join on Facebook, but you know, they watch the replay and they will say, wow, you are really doing something. In fact, somebody told me, say, I didn't even know that she watched it. I think she watched the replay. She said, in fact, this program you are doing is something parents should pay for to learn. And I was like, wow, if average parent could think like this, I think being an intentional parent, we really work a lot, and it will go a long way, because once you know that, okay, buy something that won't add value to you, as in investing in something that will add value to you, is much more important than just investing your money in something that doesn't add any value to you. You know, when you pay for knowledge, it stays with you forever, and it reflects in everything you do. So please, maybe we are even going to do a course or a program on this that you have to pay for years, but for now, it's free.
Enjoy it.
Okay, so about our discussion today. Mommy, I have a crush. Mommy, I have a crush. Yeah. That's a statement my son made, like when he was 8 years old. So, Mommy, I have a crush. When he said it, you know, I just thank God that yes, I've gone through some series of training professionally as a counselor, but if it were to be the former me, as in that African Nigerian mom in me, shut up! Kilo saw me ogbo. Segini, kilo get crush, what is crush? You this 8-year-old, you know, but you know, I've built that kind of intimacy with him, and I think the reason, what I think I discussed it online sometimes ago, that there was a time my son asked me that, Mommy, if I say this, will you shout? Will you beat? No. Will you shout? It's not will you beat. Will you shout? And that statement really helped me a lot to build trust in him, so that he was able to tell me that, Mommy, I have a crush.
That's it. That's the word.
Yeah, so that's the word. So that was the statement by my son, and I was like, okay, I think this boy started having some feelings towards opposite sex, and I needed to just put some things in place for him. Do you have a crush when you were a baby? When you were young? At what age did you start having a crush? Let me start from there. Or should I start? You want to flash back to serious?
Let me flash back to something that
years
made me laugh. You know, as in, you know, while we're growing up, my mom will always tell you, don't allow a guy to touch you. If a man should touch you, get pregnant.
You're pregnant.
So each time a guy touches me, I will run home like, Mommy, I was walking on my own and this person touched me. My mom
I'm pregnant.
I don't know, there's this tablet they used to call Sunday medicine.
Multivitamin.
My mom would say, don't worry, I'll give you something that will take away
the pregnancy.
And you know,
I believed so much in that.
so much, and I trusted that, honestly. But the truth about it, did it help me to an extent? Yes, it did. Maybe because at that time, we didn't have scavengers. Let me use the word. They were. Are
you sure?
No,
they were.
They were, but they were not as prominent or rampant as we have now. To an extent that you have your dad's younger brother, your mom's younger brother.
Even dad, the father, daughter.
You do,
yes,
and all
now.
that. But you see this fear of, don't touch me, helped. If you touch me, I'll be like, why are you touching me? Why are you touching me? Don't touch me, please, don't touch me. Now, he also made me hostile.
Yeah, that's the negative side of it towards men. When it was time for you to now start maybe going into a real relationship, it will affect.
I got it when I entered school. That was my secondary school, and they taught us in I think is it integrated science? That was there.
Yeah, or biology.
No, it was even in class 3
Primary
or so.
School.
That they taught us biology,
and
they taught us that. Then in biology, they taught us reproductive, system. You know, your period and all that and all that.
Puberty.
You know, puberty stage and all that. My mom never did. I think the only thing she told me was, okay, as a woman, a time will come where you will see blood, and it is your period. And after that, if you sleep with a man, that was when she mentioned the word sleep. The first was touch.
So she has advanced level.
So the moment I saw my period, she was like, if you sleep with a man, you will get pregnant. Either you are in your period or you are not on your period. Now, the truth about it, when did I start having crush? Okay, that was the truth be told though, I was in Victory Home School. I went to Victory Home School in Ikeja, and there was this guy, let me say his name, cute, and I'm like, he comes to class neat, and I'm like, wow, this guy is handsome. The first day I came to school, he was there before me, but I came to meet him in the class there. So, and I'm like, wow, light skinned, cute, his haircut. I'm like, wow, this is a rich dude. My mind was, this guy is handsome. Now the truth be told, but I couldn't talk to anyone. I couldn't discuss my crush with anyone. Now let me tell you what the crush did to me. It made me an enemy to him because he wasn't looking at my side. And me, I didn't want to go and touch him. So that they would say this one is such because I didn't know what to do. So each time he would talk, I will lambast him. Each time he would talk, I will lambast him.
Sorry, what class were you in?
I was in primary 4. I was in primary 4. So, but each time I will lambast him. So we were always at loggerhead. And everybody were like, what's always between you and this guy? What's between you and this boy? Now you people know. So I now gathered cliques, and I will be speaking ill, of the boy. Every time, like, can't you see him? Look at him, look at the way he's dressed.
That's the scope. That is the scope. A lady or a guy is trying, just trying to be, as in the person is having a crush. Because you just be talking about the person, whether positive or negative. Just
that is something. But I had to outgrow it because I left in primary 5.
You go your ways.
And the truth about it, there was nobody to talk to.
About
so
how
I had to grow myself out of it when I entered secondary school. Fortunately, I went to a girls' school. So there was no boy to crush on. So I had to respect myself.
Okay, let me hear your whole experience.
Okay, so for me, I can't really remember if I had a crush because while I was in my primary school, I was very serious. So,
serious?
Yes. So I wasn't going to crush on anyone. Nobody was going to crush on me. Nobody was going to look at my side. Yes. I was very unserious. I was always untidy. So, I mean, that was my primary school because I schooled at Dokpemu. So that was my primary school. Then my secondary school, my mom traveled out of the country, went to Ibadan, stayed there. So I think the only person that I can remember, because I know at that point I know what a crush meant, because there's this particular classmate of mine who was crushing on this other head boy or so, and you could see how they were. I would be making jest of them like, this girl like boy at this your age, That was what we used to do. So the only thing that I can remember then was when this particular guy came to my school. So we heard the gist that the guy came from the US, maybe he was a bad boy then, and they brought him back to Nigeria. So when he came, it was our school principal, I think the owner of the school brought him. So it was when they came down from Nigeria, I was wearing the same shoe as the owner of the school.
Wow.
We were like, this boy must be very, very. So all at that point, our eyes were on him. I think that was the only time. Like, this boy, when you look at, you want to look at him back, like I see him. So that was the only thing I really remember. But that crush thing, I did a video sometime with my daughter. In fact, both of them. I caught them discussing. So I heard it at that time. Mo was 2 years old and Ami was 7 years old. So I heard them discussing and we kept mentioning one boy's name.
Oh my!
They kept 2 years old and 2 years old and 5 and 7 years old. So they kept mentioning one boy's name and I was like, this particular, I can't remember the boy's name. This boy, what's happening? Then I just asked him, that's Dami's friend. That's Damilola's friend. That one, right? The younger one. And I would say, Mo, okay. Set up the camera. And I said, okay, you will discuss with me. Dami, what do you know about crush? And the thing is, like what you said, your mom told you can't tell children because they know know better.
They
Yes,
know better.
they do.
You can't tell if a man, they know that
they know.
a man and a woman has to come together.
Exactly.
And that is why it's so dangerous now that this issue of, you know, molestation and everything is now so, they know. They know if in fact I can't with me or for me I can't tell my daughter if a man she knows. I don't know how, but she's so, you know, I feel like my daughter has this fast growth. She's 8 now, but there's a lot of growth, and I'm like even me, I'm scared, because that was why when you said this stuff, I'm like, she should talk, because me too. I'm still looking for how to handle this. She has very rapid growth, and I feel like, how can a girl of 8 years old, in fact, at 7 years old, I'm like, but me, I was 12 years old before I started seeing these things. Like, how come? How are you? Like, why? So, but that was the conversation I heard them discussing about crush, and that was when I knew the boy, and I knew that Dami had a crush on the boy, because that's the only male friend.
And did you talk about him with her?
No, we just spoke about it, like, Dami. She said, hey, my crush. She said, okay, what do you know about it? She said, my crush is my friend. I said, okay, don't let it. It should just be a friend, you know. And one thing with my child, even the 2 years, as at 2 years old, I kept telling them, I really don't know much about, you know, how to say don't do this, or maybe but I knew I was emphasizing on them. Like my daughter, and if I ask her, do not open your breast in front, the 2 years old, she knows how to complete it. She knows how to say, I've done videos like that on my phone. Where we say, if a guy touch, don't let anybody see your bum bum. Don't let anybody touch your breast. More cover your bum. Sit like a lady. They can finish it up and know. So those are the things, because I know they are aware. And even if the 2 years old doesn't really have a full understanding, I know the 8 years old is very aware. So I just, okay, these are things, don't you know? So that's really.
But you know something, you know, when at that time when I had a crush, I didn't even think about, you know, anything.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was an innocent,
exactly.
You know, because like
I want this guy to be my friend.
To be my friend.
You know, I want us to be friends.
Yes.
So that
just like my innocent.
An innocent.
I was in primary one when I knew that when I knew that I loved someone, that I loved to sit beside the boy.
That's it.
You know, it was even later that maybe when we were maybe outside the school that I was like, what did I even see in this boy that I was as a primary one? Because I remember that I always loved to sit beside him. I loved to talk to him, but he wasn't looking at myself like you said. Yeah. But
it wasn't anything sexual.
It was just, I just want this person to talk to me. I just like him, and you know, that was just it. And I was like, so it's possible for a primary 1 year old to have a crush. But you know, there was nobody to express myself to. My mom wasn't there to talk about this. Nobody should touch this. I think about that period of the thing, my mom didn't even tell me officially. She didn't tell me. She was just telling me, okay, don't allow. I think maybe it was when I saw my period that I went to ask. Maybe. No. I think it was towards that time. Maybe it was saying, okay, my sister asked me that what is menstruation, and I said, menstruation. So she now said I should go and ask my mom. My mom now sent me back to her. Go and ask the person that told. I was like, why are you people doing this to me? You know, so, you know, but I don't know, maybe they don't know how to explain, or I don't know why she was shy about telling me about that thing there. So they were not like, okay, blood will be coming from your
body.
I wasn't in secondary school, so I didn't know about biology and puberty and everything. So you just told me once blood start coming from your body, you clean up, you do this, but don't let a man touch you. That's what they said. I said, including my dad. And they were like, what do you mean, including your dad? Explain to me
children can be very, very extreme.
Now. Because when I say a man must not touch you. Must not touch you, because I started around 13, so I think I was asking that question when I was 11 or thereabout, and including my dad, my brother, and I have like 2 brothers, I have so many uncles, you know, but I got to know this in school.
That's it.
When I heard because I have so many friends that, you know, they had very rapid growth. They were already using bra while we were in JS1. So some of them have started menstruation, and you know, so I learned it from outside. My parents, my mom didn't tell me.
That's it.
You know, so I saw that, okay, this could have even exposed me to certain things that would have damaged me as a young girl. Exactly. You understand? So, and I think it's very, very important for us to talk about what age is even right to talk about sexuality? I think we should even start from there. What age should we sit our children down? Should we make it official? Like you, I think you said you started telling them some things. Maybe you have some things. What age do you think they can really understand about their sexuality?
Well, sorry. For me, I started with my baby girl at 2.
At 2.
Because I knew that I just wanted to draw our attention to certain things. Even though I know I couldn't go deeper. You know, but little things
based on our understanding.
Based on our understanding. She knows that in my house, because I have a brother-in-law with me right now. Okay. So she knows that in my house, there are certain things you can't wear.
Yeah.
Okay. To be honest, there are certain things you can't wear. In fact, sometimes it becomes really embarrassing right now. Because when he's not home, I say, okay, Dami and Mo, you can't do this, you can't do that. So when he's in his own room, I'll just hear, Uncle is at home, don't come. It will become so embarrassing. But I know that there's really once you understand that once you have intelligent children, and you know they can absorb certain things in their head, I feel you should start hammering some little things from do not dress like this. This is how you dress. This is how you bring out. My children, they know if they are watching, you don't twerk. Children don't twerk. You can't be, when you are dancing, you dance moderately. I feel those things are part of the...
I think that reminds me of something of parents who have maybe, should we call them young influencers that they will tell them to twerk before the camera and they will open a page for them. I think I saw a baby girl, like maybe
I saw it too.
That she always dance and like, I was like, a part of me might want that. Sorry for digress. I just want to address that issue. You see a child like a baby, like a 2 year, the mommy will say, yeah,
twerk, dance like this.
Dance like this, how well should we condone that? As in that system, as in trying to in the process of trying to raise a child, influence a child, celeb and stuff like that, and you make them do some nasty things that adults do. Where should we put that? Where should we draw the line? Where should we put caution? Because this is really good. Everybody wants to trend. Everybody wants to do something. And if you don't do some things, people will feel like, okay, nobody will look at you. Like that girl, that Chrisland girl, they said she has over 24,000 like on her video, and I was like, fine. She has this, and she kept doing it more because people liked it. Because people can do anything for the gram. Yeah. All these people that are showing their bodies, showing their every private part and everything, most of them don't really like that. If you really search who they were before they started, they might be a reserved person, but because maybe
for the gram,
just for the gram, for people to talk about, everybody wants people to talk about them, so they can go to any extreme to do what people will want. So where do we draw the line for children that are coming up, innocent children that we try to expose them to some things that, that can really damage them?
The truth about it is fame that is not well managed can destroy one's destiny. And I think parents should be very careful. There's an actress, let me just reserve her name. I like her very well because when I see the way she handles her children, even on media, on social media, and I'm like, wow, this is good. If she's even exposing the kids to fame, it's more about brain teasing stuff, anything that has to do with education. These children are still too young.
Yes.
Bring them up the right way. My child does not have to be a star by twerking.
There are other ways, man.
There are other ways. I can put her up on social media. Like, okay, fine, do the spelling bees. Right now, she needs, the children right now needs their brain rather than their body. Because if you make them believe that they can use what they have to get what they want from a little child, it sinks into their brain.
Yes.
And that child
gets worse.
And before you know she's in school, she's like, I can dance. I can dance to make money. So education, stay back. I'm not saying education is a whole, must be the center of your world. Some people don't have opportunity to go to school, but yet they come out very good. Do you understand? But for a child, both male and female, bring them up the right way. Let them learn. Don't teach them what you think they need to know in a wrong way.
Yeah.
Bring them up the right way so that when they grow up, their decision will stand right. I'm like, okay, fine. I want to be. It does not have to end up being a doctor. It does not have to end up being,
of course,
a nurse. It doesn't have to grow up being a lawyer. I can also be a good dancer and make my money without a negative impact.
Because that's where I want us to draw the line. You know, should we say no to child that have skills like dancing?
No.
You understand?
No.
So as a parent, where should we, as in, you
Yes.
what I'm trying to say?
What kind of dance are you talking about?
I believe let a child be a child.
A child.
If a child will dance, let him or her dance like a child.
Don't force that child to dance
like an
adult.
We're just in the house and we're
do
doing a video, and I told, okay, they were both dancing. They said, "Mommy, play us music," and I played and they were dancing. And there was a way my daughter twisted. That was just yesterday. Daddy made me, I could not post the video. I'm like, Daddy, you twisted your body. She said, no, it's exercise. I just did like this. I said, don't explain this to me. She said, Mommy, that exercise that we used to do, it was just like, I said, to me, it's twisting. And I can't post this video. And she was like, I can't post it because you twisted. And I only posted her younger sister. That's all. Let a child be a child. If you leave these children,
let them grow. Just leave them. See, what you owe them, just like we spoke last week, education,
guidance,
feeding, accommodation, clothing. Just let them grow. Now their skills, you will guide them.
Yes,
that
foundation is very important.
Can turn into money, but
Yeah.
that guidance is very important.
And
don't make a child turn to an adult.
Yes.
All of a sudden.
So I think this still boils down to parents,
That's it.
mothers. To what extent do you want to just get that fame for your child?
Yes.
What are you trying to do? Have you forgot? Don't let a child lose that ability, that innocence
Sense, yeah.
in him or her, just because you want to get something for him. Your child can still be a dancer without being doing all this sexy body moves and the stuff. They can be an actor by guiding them. You understand? Now let's not just go straight to how can we now build that trust in a child so that they can confide more in us whenever things are going wrong, or when there are times that, like I said, that when my child was asking me that, Mommy, I have a crush, I was like, okay, tell me more about her. Initially, when he did something, after asking me that, Mommy, will you shout if I do this? And I said, okay, I won't shout, just tell me. After that scene, the following time, he just brought a note to me and said, this is somebody's number, this is her mom's number, call her mom and tell her that you want to speak to her daughter, that he has given her my number too, so that she can give her mom. I was like, I collected it. I was still boiling. I was like, what's this boy up to? So I went to class. I discussed with my boss. I said, this is what my boy is up to. My boss now said, so did you call? I said, call, okay. Why will I call? I said, I didn't call. Oh. He said, go and call. They are still innocent. Just try and call the mother and let them talk to each other. But I didn't do that. I said, I'm not good. But I was guiding him. We started discussing, talking about, okay, who is this person? She said, okay, I like her, but I'm not sure if she likes me back. And from there, I knew that, okay, it was time for me to start talking more. Because I've been teaching them, okay, this is a private part. I think earlier on, before they were 5, I talked to them, this is a private part. Nobody should touch your private part. So I'm always conscious of that. Something happened. That reminds me, there was a time my boy was like maybe 3 years or thereabout. And he came home from school. The school bus brought him home. And after pulling off his pants, I saw something on the pants that looks whitish. And I was like, what is this? He couldn't even say anything. Immediately I rushed back to the school. I said, what is this? what happened? See my son's pant. What is under it? I could see something so stretchy, colorful. My head was like thinking of so many things. So I went to the hospital. Immediately. I took the pant. I gave it to a nurse. They said, this one is sperm. I was mad. I was not going back to the school. So I now said, let me just see the doctor. So I now showed the doctor. The doctor said, has the boy been pooing? I said, okay, he's been stooling for some days. Say, okay, this is not actually, that is no call from I was like, what a relief. What a relief. But I was proactive. I went to the school and the professor was already worried that what happened, because it was school bus that brings the boy home. So as parents, we should always be like a girl child. You should always check on your girl, ask them questions.
And they take it to the extreme. They take it to the extreme sometimes. I've made my child aware that a guy should not even call. You don't know somebody, and the person is calling you babe. So there's this boy behind my house. About 2 days ago, I told a lady with me, please take them to buy something. But I said, my babes. Then my daughter came and said, Mommy, can you imagine? My babes, my baby. I asked the girl what happened. He said the guy was greeting them. And I'm like, even though at that point it didn't seem like anything, I had to make her, and she kept, she would go, Mommy, you said my baby, do you know my baby? I had to, okay, I will go to him. So sometimes they take this thing to the extreme too, but you have to make them believe that, I'm going to fight on your behalf. You can't, even though you know that sometimes it's not as much as they are making it seem. Because of the education you are giving them. But you have to accept it with them that, okay, it's true. I'll go and fight on your behalf,
I think the most important thing first is, when you want to start educating a child about sexuality or bringing them to the knowledge to understand that this and that and don'ts, you first of all make them realize who they are. You have a boy child, you have a girl child. You are a girl.
And you are a boy.
You are a boy.
And that's where the sexual identity comes in.
Now, you as a girl, where are the open part of your body? My face, my leg. Where are the closed part of your body? My boobs, my private part, my backside. And it should not be exposed. Why? They will want to know. Now, the truth about it is, our parents, yes, they felt they helped us, and the thing is affecting us even till now. We are ashamed to spill it to our children because we feel timid when it comes to discussing sexuality.
Why?
Exactly.
I think we 21st parents shouldn't be. You shouldn't shy away from that truth, because, like I said, if we don't teach them, they will
learn it from outside. A lot of children, if you talk to them, they tell you they heard it from school, social media,
from
friends, from teachers, and all that.
Social media is the craziest part.
Exactly. Google, and you see all manner of things. You see, once they understand that, you take it to the next level, and which is the covering part, the don't touch part. You make them understand. There are some people who give these things pet name. Like I said, don't give them pet name. Speak them the way it is. Breast is breast. Vagina is vagina. Penis is penis. If you keep telling them
pet
private
names.
part, pet names like her cat, your kinikon, they don't know it. But the day somebody will now say, I want to touch your breast, and she's like, okay, where is the breast? And the person would have touched it before he or she will realize that, no, my mommy call it balls, or my mommy call it orange. Don't touch. So it can be so funny. Now, the truth about it, another step is you as their mother or their parents. Like I said the last time, do as I do. The way you live your life in integrity, your children will follow.
They follow you.
Whether you like it or not. If they see you with different men, you are their mom, and you don't have an explanation for that, the daughter will feel it soon. We see it that it's so convenient, normal way. Your son too, when he sees your father, you take your son out for a drink and all that he does, you see you with babes and all that, you are finicking with babes. He feels that this thing is right. So in integrity, live
intentionally,
as in be a good example to your child.
children.
But the most important thing here is communicating, giving the right communication. Talk
Don't
shy explicitly. Talk to your child. Like, see, my son, there was a time he went for a party and he came back. Tolu, the other one, they were like, mommy, guess what? Hey, he said he saw a girl and he went to meet the girl and he said, hi, I like you. I like to have your name. You know the one I'm talking about, my first son. And when he came back, he was he 6? So now, when he came back home, and I was like, when they told me, I said, laughing, I said, where did you get that from? He said, mommy, he watched a movie where a guy was going to approach a lady. And I said, okay, but in truth, do you like the girl that you said you like her and you said, he said, yeah, mommy, she's beautiful. I said, she's what?
Again,
He said she's beautiful. I said, okay. So like a day or two, I now called him. I said, come, you went for a party a few days ago and you said this and that and that. I said, now, I won't judge you. There's nothing wrong in you appreciating people. But when you appreciate them, what is your afterthought when you appreciate people? He said, no, mommy, I just like her. She's beautiful. I said, okay, fine. But remember, you're still too young for you to start up anything. Now, you might think they don't understand your level of English. Try them. Try talking to them and having a relationship with them. That's the most important thing. Have a dialogue with them.
Convenient.
Don't just shout and say, and that's what your mates are saying. Your mates are going to school to read. You are coming to tell me that you saw a boy, you're having a crush.
That's a Nigerian,
typical
Nigerian mother.
And truly, that is why we have problem today.
And once you show that attitude, that approach,
that child
withdraws. That it withdraws from you.
And he goes, she or she will go to an outsider. And when he says, she knows the right thing. And she will now tell the outsider that, is it true that sex is not good? And the outsider will like, who said sex is not good? Sex is good, but when you come to a certain age, like from 14, from 16, you can start having sex. Don't mind
start
them.
Giving them age.
You know, you start now giving them age.
Start mentoring them. So they now feel more relaxed and comfortable
to talk about it with another person. Because you never listen. Now, you see the 3 of my kids, there is nothing they don't discuss with me. Now, because I decided to go about, you know, this thing they call listening ear. You must see, no matter how busy you are as a mother or as a father, please give your children a listening ear. Even if you have to pretend, put your head on the couch and you are sleeping off. Let them talk. Don't just wave them off. When they are done talking and they want a reply, they will be the one to like, Daddy, what did you say? Now, Daddy, what do you have to say about it? You'll be like, okay. Repeat to me what you just said again. Now, you have not given that boy, the child, an impression that you are sleeping. But no matter what, the children will always call your attention once they are done talking. And they'll be like, Mommy and Daddy, what do you have to say about it? Please, I beg us, let us talk to them. Don't criticize them. Don't make them feel less of themselves. Don't make them feel that that child out there, another person's child is better than them. Don't ever compare them. Every child has a weakness and also has a strength. Can we look for the weakness and the strength of our children and help them grow? Because when you start comparing, and this also child comes this also child, you all you want to do is come and be discussing about one man, one boy. No. My daughter will be 16 in a few months. And each day, there are some nights I get up from my room and I go to her. And I'll tap her, sit down, let us talk.
Let's talk. Mother-child, mother-daughter.
And talk. We can talk for hours. I'm like, sorry, I'm disturbing your sleep. She said, no, Mommy, it's fine. And I'll say, talk to me. Is anything bothering you? Is anything you want me to know? talk to me. Okay, who is your boyfriend in school? Mommy, me, I don't have a. And I'm like, don't worry, I'm not going to judge you.
I know. I understand.
You are a fine girl.
They will
come after you. Plus the ugly ones.
They will still come.
Plus the most ugliest.
Plus the one you have a crush on.
Plus the one you come. They will come. I say, so talk to me. By the time you guys say, mommy, there's one guy, he's always disturbing me in class. But you know, I said, open up. Do you like him? Mommy, I like him, but mommy, there's nothing between us. We just read together. I said, there's nothing wrong in you reading together, but when you are reading together, make sure you have somebody with you around. It will help you stay away from what you shouldn't do. But when the two of you are together, your feelings can overcome, and you end up doing what you're not supposed to do. So we need to find time, talk to both the male and the female child. It is very important. It will help them.
I think, thank you very much for that. I think what I could get from what you just narrated now is building a kind of communication. How to, as in positive environment, create a non-judgmental environment, a comfortable environment that your child will feel safe to talk to you anytime about anything. It's very, very important as parents. You know, how many times do you talk to your child, whether your male child or your female child? How do you build that communication with them? That's an example of what you just gave to us now. Not condemning them, not comparing them with somebody else, not condemning them based on the mistake they've made. You know, we all made mistakes. So if your child make a mistake now, instead of you to, you know, to just send them out or just send them away, why not just correct them in love instead of criticizing them and help them to make things better? So I think that is one of the ways to help our children build more confidence in us to be able to talk about anything they're going through. You know, as a male child, with the father, with the mother, I don't know why male child, whether maybe because I have just two boys, they feel comfortable to talk to me than their father, and maybe because he doesn't even have that time to talk, but I know he's trying to be intentional about listening to them, even though when it's not convenient. That is very important because we are busy as parents, we do a lot of things, you know, but we don't have that time to give them that opportunity to express themselves. It's very, very important. I think our time is almost up, but let's final word from you, Yitsi Mama.
Okay, so I think what I just wanted to say is being intentional about them, because sometimes, you know, they can come off as wanting to know too much.
That's it.
And even sometimes, no matter how you are trying to explain certain things, there are certain things that we are still not comfortable. Maybe you know, your child just being too pushy about it, like, you should be thinking about your book, you know, that kind of, just being intentional. Sometimes you give them the answer, sometimes you let them know what they need to know. Because they can't, sometimes you let them understand that I know you want to know this thing, I say, but at the same time, please let our focus be on your book now. And do not now divert all your attention on they said my pot, my pap, my pop. You know, so.
Okay. Thank you very much. I think you really hit a lot of points today, Mama, and I really appreciate that. I believe you parents that are watching this, whether on Facebook or on YouTube, I believe you've learned something about this. You know, this is something we can't really exhaust in just 45 minutes.
Yes.
You know, we are still going to continue on this because it's very, very important. We need to help our children to, you know, to understand themselves. You know, this is not even about maybe boy, girl, child. You know, a child that grows up and say, I don't think I'm a boy, I think I'm a girl. And you know, that's another, you know, that's sexual identity. I think we'll talk more. We are going to have a part 2 of this discussion next week because it's important, you know, especially when you have 2 boys or 2 girls, or a boy that goes to boys only school, girls that goes to girls only school, and this is very, very rampant there, you know. Lesbianism, gay, and it's very, very common now. And by the time the media is trying to portray that they are so-called superstar, cartoon superstar, like Spider-Man is a gay, and you know, all these children, you know, they are trying to say, oh, gay, Spider-Man, I want to be a Spider-Man. And I say, okay, Spider-Man is a gay, so I can be a gay too. Wow. They see it as a normal thing, you know, and that's why I say that we people that have the access to support creating positive content for children, they should try and do more. because these people on the other side, they are doing everything to win the heart of children, to win their heart to their side. So we as parents, as we are doing at home, be the society to people that have influence, please, if you have the opportunity to do this, please don't hesitate, because a lot is damaging per day, per time. Please. So this is where we're going to wrap it off for this week on Just a Chat. Thank you for everyone that joined us on Facebook. Thank you for leaving your comment. Okay, please, thank you. I see you. Thank you very much. If you have any question or you have your own contribution, please just drop it below. And if you want to watch the replay of this, you can go to my YouTube channel at Olubumi Alabi and watch the replay. Thank you.
Thank you,
my mama,
for having us.
Thank you. Till next week again. Bye. Have an amazing week.